Good morning, everyone. All right, well, it's about 8:45. We've got 45 minutes to the bell. No trades yet for me this morning, just kind of looking at what's moving, which isn't a lot. Leading gapper, WHLM, it's up 56%, which is not bad. Second leading gapper, PT. Third leading gapper, PBTS. Fourth leading gapper is a buyout. Fifth leading gapper's ears. It's only up 19%. These aren't even really big gappers. So I would say probably the game plan is going to be to try to take it easy until we see something that looks good. It just continues to be that we're in a little bit of a choppy market. Base hits, kind of, just hit and run. Get a winner and then get out. And do not overstay your welcome. It's just the way things are right now. So looking at ears, this is the one that I had on my charts. You see it was hitting the high day Momo scanner, so I was kind of watching it. Looks like a double top around 550, back down here under the VWAP. So not looking really that great here. I don't like this stock that much. It's kind of like just a stock that has a history of popping and fading. And, you can make money trading those, whether you're long or short. I mean, if there's volatility, there's opportunity. But generally speaking, the moves just don't feel quite big enough to really give us a lot. So no interest in this at this point right now. We'll see as we get closer to the bell if it looks better, but I'm not really optimistic on that. I'm kind of hoping at 9 a.m. we have some breaking news that maybe all of a sudden a stock, pops up on breaking news and that gives us a trade. It's always possible. That's maybe the best hope today for some type of real momentum. Second leading gapper is PBTS, which squeezed up from 3 all the way to 460, 470, and then faded hard all the way back down here to 344. Bounced up a little bit, flatlined, and is now starting to curl up. This is tricky when they do that. That's clearly not showing the strength that we would typically like to see. It's popped up and reversed. So again, on something like that, could you have made money on it long? Maybe. If you jumped on quick, short, sure. As long as you had a good entry. Could have also, you never know. This also could have been the one that next thing you know goes from 480 to 680 to 780 and is ripping up because it is a former Momo stock. You look at the daily chart, it has this day it squeezed up to 965. So the thing is, by the time you got confirmation that it maybe was a short, first 1 minute candle to make a new low, it was already back down at 378. So it's just such a big range that makes it kind of tricky. So I'm not sure that there would have been easy trades on that. And actually the total volume on it right now is about 800,000 shares. So it's fairly light on volume as well. AFMD from last week. Well, it did hold up. High on Friday was 1070. It's at 10 right now. So it did hold up over 1070 maybe, but I'm not super optimistic on that. NUAN, there's news here. Let's see. Where was it? It's a buyout headline. Microsoft will acquire them for $56 a share. So it's trading right at that level right now. G-Tech. Wow. Yeah, so news, but look at those red candles. 56. chart on PBTS, Yes, it is reclaiming the VWAP here. I'll give you that, which is good. That's good to see. The low is 357. The high there is 370. But the question is, can it hold above VWAP? If it can, then I would look at the high of this candle right here, which is about 373, 374, and then you start to have maybe room back up towards 389 and 4, but it's got a bit of upside resistance, just given this drop here. Let's see, PT on the scans. So PT, thank you guys on YouTube and Facebook for hitting a thumbs up for the morning show. As a reminder, in case you didn't already know, day trading is risky. Most beginner traders lose money. You shouldn't attempt to blindly follow me or anyone else. I would encourage you to trade in a simulator before you put real money on the line. So PT, I don't really like this one. It's too cheap. Float's a little too high. I don't really see anything there. WHLM, did we look at this one? WHLM, this is the leading gapper today. It's with 2 million shares of volume. 795,000 share float is a very low float. That might be our, well, this one's slightly lower float down here, RDIB. But it's definitely a low float. So what we know about stocks that have floats of less than 5 million, less than 1 million shares, when they start moving, they can move quickly. And so this is one that actually went from $7 all the way up to $13 right here. Look at this. This was pre-market. So in 10 minutes, it went up 100%. So, that's your potential. If it did it once, maybe it could do it again. PBTS, I see that one popping up there, a little bit more volume coming in. So this is that setup that we talk about sometimes. It broke back over VWAP. First 1 minute candle to make a new high, and there you got that squeeze. So that's good to see. I wasn't super interested in jumping on that because of that big red candle. But ultimately, the buying volume here is substantially higher than the selling volume was through these candles. So it sold off on 50,000 shares of volume, and now it's popped up here on 225,000 shares of volume. So almost 4 or 5 times higher volume there. That's interesting to see. High of that candle's 398. So we'll see how this kind of bases out in this area. So this was the pullback on the break of the VWAP, and then this potentially up in this area could be the first pullback, the second pullback. So first pullback and then second pullback. So that candle just closed with a high of 96. Seems like PBTS has some selling resistance in here. See how it's a sort of false break? It pops and then back down. BCTX, I can check that. All right, let's see. Well, that doesn't look that great. It's below the volume weight average price. It's pulled back a bit too much. So now your highest volume candle is a false breakout on PBTS. No trades on it yet for me. No, not really interested in taking a dip after that false breakout because this pattern is kind of screwed up because you have a high volume red candle. You've already got 3 green candles in a row. It's a little extended. This is not the place I would feel comfortable doing that trade. I think the best entry on PTBS would have been right down in this area around 364, 365 to anticipate the first 1 minute candle making a new high, or maybe along at 370 for just simply the break through the high. That would have been okay too. WHLM curling up a little bit. The VWAP is up at 890. So this one, like I said, had that big move pre-market, pulled back, another big move, pulled back. Now you see it's starting to curl up. The VWAP is about 40 cents away on this, so probably if you had an entry down here, which I don't, then 890 would be a target, maybe 875, 880 to take a little off the table, going up to the VWAP. And then the question is, does it break it? Does it hit its head on it and reverse? Does it break it and hold above it? And then that's where I'll start to gauge possibly an opportunity. So a little dip down there to 39 and then a pop back up. That's good to see. PBTS is still on watch as it's doing a 5-minute pullback. Well, different platforms will show different prices for the VWAP, especially when you have a very volatile stock. I've been using eSignal for a long time, so that's the one that I just am always using. Is it possible that it's wrong? Maybe, but it is pretty widely used software that's pretty well respected, so I would be more inclined to think that one of the smaller brokers that maybe don't have as sophisticated a platform would be the one that's wrong. So you've got like 6 green candles in a row, bit extended. So the high there is 402. Nice, look at that. That's a nice breakout. Up to 405, 407. High of that candle is 412. So now that you have that kind of nice squeeze, we want to see as it pulls back where it bases out for the next leg up. Obviously the high a day is 472. It is a former Momo stock. So the dip down there to 4. And the high is 416. $439 is a daily level, then gives you room up to 528. Yeah, actually my clock might be wrong. Hang on. Pull it together, girl. So I'd like to see this pull back a little bit, maybe bounce off of 4 to help establish a lower, kind of lower risk entry point. First 1 minute candle to make a new high is going to be around, let's see, the high of that candle is 13. It's a tough call. The problem is it did a false breakout right here, and I'm concerned it's going to do the same thing here. It's going to pop up, do a false breakout, and then drop. The 5 minute is just more extended. Didn't really give a good 5 minute pullback. It started to, and then it broke out just a little prematurely there. So we'll let that pull back again. WHLM, and it's about 9:05. I don't know if there was any breaking news at 9, but I didn't see anything. So WHLM actually had the highest green volume bar, highest volume of the day, and it was a green volume bar right there, which is good to see. It's a good amount of buying. Hit a high of 70. pivot there is at 880, and then we'd have room back up to 9 and up to 939. I'm going to do a dip trade there on that. So I'm buying this dip here for the break through the VWAP. I'm going to put an order at $9 to add. So added there at 88, trying to buy for the break through $9, the break of the VWAP. So there's 95. Holding at 75 right now. Looking for a 1 minute micro pullback and then a break through 9. Second high volume bar here on the 5. So let's see if we get that break through 9. So on this 10-second chart, I'm thinking a 1 minute pullback and then an add for the break of 9 up to 939. Adding right there at 9. Let's see if we get that squeeze up to 950. The high volume curl is what we like to see. So right now I'm not selling, I'm holding this. I want to give it a chance to squeeze up towards 915, 920. You've got two high volume candles in a row. High of this one is 904. So I'll put my new order at 910. Adding at 908 and looking to see if we get a move up to 942. There's 910. Adding at 10. There's 12 on the ask. There's 13. Took a little off the table. 99. Holding the rest for a move to 942. The high of this candle is 915. Watching for a dip to add. Added at 99. There's 904. There's 906. My cost basis has moved up a little bit to 83, holding 1,600 shares. High of this candle is 915. New order at 915. Watching here, adding at 905 right there for the breakthrough 915. It's holding the $9 spot. There we go. There's 910. That candle's green on the 1 minute. High volume candle, which is good. So now we'll look for 925, 930. Watch the break of 915. There's 13 on the ask. We've got 908, dipping back down, taking it off the table for now. We'll let it do a pullback. High of this candle is 915. I'll see if I can get a dip entry off of 95 or maybe 80. New order is at 9. I'll leave the order at 915, but this is going to need to do a 1 minute micro pullback. I'm going to put an order to buy the dip at 88 on the bid. So filling on the bid at 88. So holding at 988 right now, or 888. Low of this candle is 88, which is right at the VWAP, so I'm trying to buy the dip off the VWAP. Highest volume is on this green 5 minute candle. I still have PBTS on watch over on the side. I'm going to let that pull back a little bit more before I try to do an entry on it. Okay, so this 1 minute chart, high volume on the green candles, light volume on the pullback. What's going on, girl? Hey, girl, what's going on? We've got about 15 minutes to the bell. So I like my 388 average right now, but I want to see if I can add. First 1 minute candle to make a new high would be over 909, so I'm adding there 903. Over 903, then I want to see 904, 905, and up to 915. So let's see if this wants to squeeze up to 915, 920. There's 908. It's 909, 908. High of this candle is 908. My new order would be 915. There's 99. This is the pullback after the break over the VWAP. So the fact that it's holding here is good. Well, but then it just broke. So a small loss on that for me. The new entry would be another dip. But the problem is, while I could do another dip, got to be a little careful. I'll put an order at 83 to see if I can get a low average. Actually, I'm going to cancel that order. I'm going to look at PBTS here. WHLM, I'm going to keep on watch. So I'm not a buyer on this yet. I'm just watching it. WHLM needs to do a 5-minute pattern for me to want to trade it. As a reminder for those on YouTube and Facebook, thank you for tuning into the morning show. I hope you've hit the thumbs up. This Thursday, we'll be doing a Thankful Thursday, so 100% of the profits from Thursday will get donated to charity. So I will stream a little longer in the day on Thursday. And I want to remind you not to try to blindly follow me or anyone else. Trading is risky. Most beginner traders lose money. You should trade in a simulator before you put real money on the line. Approach this in a smart way. So the high of this 5-minute candle's 410. I'm buying this at 406 here. I'm buying the first 5-minute candle to make a new high on PBTS, and I'll look for the breakthrough 416. So my new order is at 416. This right here is a 5-minute bull flag. There's 12, 13, and I'm adding at 15 for the break of 16. So now we look for the squeeze up to 420. Back of mind target would be probably 425, but let's see what this wants to do. So there's 14, there's 16 on the ask, adding again at 16, looking for the break of 17, 8, 18. So I try to ride this momentum as it curls up. Sold at 10 for a $290 winner. It should have broken, and instead what it did was it double topped right there. So now what I could do is I could put an order down at 4 to buy the dip, but this is a false breakout on the 5-minute candle, on the 5-minute chart. It's not unlike what it did right here on the 1-minute. False breakout, and here's another false breakout. So $290 is okay, I suppose, but discouraging that it didn't rip through the high of 416 to the 420s. It's not a great look. We only have 13 minutes to the bell. So I was adding at 406 and 408. That was where I took my main position. Then I added small size at 16, looking for that continuation. Stopped out at 10. This has 5.9 million shares of volume. So not really a problem to take bigger share size on it. I bought 28,000 shares, 30,000 shares. So 30,000 shares is actually only 1 penny of profit from an 09 average to a 10 average. So essentially it's a break-even trade. Had that been, had it squeezed through 16 up into the 20s, it would have been a $3,000 to $4,000 trade, which is what I was looking for. And that would have put me up over 10,000, which is essentially my daily goal in this type of market. So this 30,000 shares on this with 6 million shares of volume was not at all hard to get filled. I was in and out. It was no problem. Trading 30,000 shares of volume on a stock that might have only 100,000 shares of volume would be more difficult. I would get slippage on the entry and slippage on the exit. So the higher the volume, the easier it is to get filled with large share size, which is why I make more money when stocks have higher volume, because the liquidity is better. That can get to a point where I could trade 50, 75,000 or 100,000 shares and be in and out with almost no slippage. I mean, 100,000 shares, I'm probably gonna have some slippage, but I can scale in and scale back out, sometimes very easily with maybe 2 or 3 orders. There's nothing that has been justifying trading that aggressively right now. So I haven't been trading with those types of positions, but I am happy to once the market presents those opportunities again. And I'm not using the stop break even hotkeys pre-market because, of course, pre-market, there's no stops. So this is, I think that this was a good, clean 5-minute setup. I really do. I like this 5-minute setup. It's a 5-minute pullback right above the volume weight average price. The maybe only problem was that the entry was right at the top here. A dip entry would always be better, if you can get a dip entry, and I couldn't on this one. But that's more of an entry problem. That's not a pattern problem. The pattern was good and it didn't work. So unfortunately, our 2 leading gappers are both looking a little choppy here with only 8 minutes to the bell. I'll keep both of them on watch, but this may be a slow Monday. And in fact, even if it is a bit of a slow Monday, my Mondays have not been very impressive this year. So if it's a green Monday, that by itself is an achievement. So I got to import my trades from Friday. You know, this is the type of market that really tests your patience because you see good quality setups and then they reject and you're thinking, this doesn't make sense. This pattern used to work so well. Why is it not working right now? And it just speaks to the ebb and flow of the market. I'm looking forward to hotter markets as well. When you have something that you see ends up making a 400% move and it's between 2 and 4 p.m. or between 4 and 6 a.m., it feels like, man, am I supposed to be sitting around and waiting for that? I mean, I can't do that. I don't want to sit here. You know, I don't want to get up at 4 a.m. and sit here till 8 p.m. hoping for the odd chance that you have some random move. It's typically and most consistently been that I make money in the morning. So this is when, oops, hold on. So this is when I usually make the most money. It's right at the open. It's 9 a.m. So doing well pre-market and then easing off the throttle between 10 and 11. And then afternoon, generally, these are losses. So I really do better in the morning. We've got about 6 minutes to the bell here. And this is where I'm sitting on the month right now, just in the month of April. So green, 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 red, green, green. So had a drawdown, got back to basically flat by the end of the week. And now here we are on Monday, up 7,000. But it doesn't feel like a $30, $40, $50,000 a day type of market. It just doesn't feel that way right now. I don't see what I would trade that would give me those types of gains unless one of these starts to really open up and squeeze quickly. So just have to be patient. And it's a good reminder of easy come, easy go. Trading is risky. So manage your risk. This is a good time to be trading in a simulator. It's not a great time to be trading for the first day in a small account. Market just doesn't call for that level of aggression that really is usually required to grow a small account. All right, 4 minutes to the bell. So I'll put up my disclaimer again here for those on YouTube and Facebook. I encourage you to tune in during the mornings for the morning show. Please hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. I'll be streaming the morning show every day this week sometime between 8:30 and 9:30. I'll go live. So if you're subscribed to the channel, you get the notification when I do start the broadcast. I don't always start at the same time every day, so you should subscribe so you get the notification. Thursday, for Thankful Thursday, I will stream the entire morning. I have so far donated $37,000 this month for Thankful Thursday donations from the first and second Thursday. So we'll see what we get this coming Thursday. Hopefully another 10, 15, 20,000 would be nice. And just trying to grind through these slightly choppier and slower markets. I'm sitting up only about $50,000 on the month right now, but it's green. At this same time in January, I was red 150,000. At the same time in February, I was red almost 300,000. So just the fact that I'm green I'm very happy with that. And if things pick up during the second half of April, then I'm not digging myself out of the hole. I can just kind of continue to let the account grow. All right, so be mindful of risk, and I will see you guys on YouTube and Facebook first thing tomorrow morning.